Everybody knows Mahedi.
Yes.
Mahedi's been here longer than I have. So go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Today, actually, I'm going to present for my PhD work, that is handover performance assessments and video quality of service in Proxy Mobile IPv6 Domain. So it's from the agenda for but I already have done my works. Hopefully by next year I'll go for commercial somewhere. Introduction, business motivation, scope, objectives, reviews, proposed approach, and simulation experiments and results. Okay, let's go for the introductions for here. Okay, the rapid explosions on the uses of mobile and laptop device has several issues in terms of quality and performance. One of the issues is about handover, which is users shouldn't notice the change of this access network from one network to another. This handover can be categorized into two. One is horizontal and vertical. Horizontal handover is the handover is with handover with same access technology. Let's say Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi. And vertical handover, it will handover will be doing it to two different access technology from, let's say, from Wi-Fi to UMTS or maybe WiMAX. But during this handover for real-time applications, it's for long handover latency, long delay. So delay, which is maybe network disruptions and the video even transmission is really disturbed. So using that one to solve this problem, Network Mobility Group proposed a protocol called Proxy Mobile IPv6. It's designed to provide network-based mobility support to a user, which means mobile host, from in a topological localized domain. So therefore, this mobile host is free from participation any mobility-related signal, which is tunnel. So it's not including any tunneling message. So in this Proxy Mobile IPv6, it has two main functional entities. One is called local mobility anchor, another on mobile access gateway. So the main task of mobile mobility is to update informations and set up a network prefix, home network prefix, which means the binding cache entry. And mobile access gateway here to detect the movement detections here and perform the mobility sync on behalf of the user. There is no tunneling between mobile access gateway and mobile host. So I'm showing that here vertical handover is handover. You see the one mobile host is moved from one access network, this access point, and this is base station. It could be UMTS or maybe WiMAX. So if it is moved from different access technology, it's called vertical handover. So in Proxy Mobile IPv6, they have a lot of advantage. One of the advantages is no modification in end device, unique IP address for all mobile enter, and movement detections and the signaling in the wireless access network. But it still suffers from high handover latency in video transmissions. So it should be like this. So therefore, a new standardized service has been introduced called Media Independent Handover in the form of IEEE 8221. Sorry.
The Proxy Mobile IPv6. It has unique IP address.
Yes, IP address. So it means each of these domain, you can use one IP address, you can move.
So if I'm on HTTP,
yeah,
I move to Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi,
same IP.
Same IP, yes. But it doesn't. The one is go for the vertical handover. It cannot categorize that is it which one? Is it the vertical or horizontal? That is a problem in here in Proxy Mobile settings. So in media independent handovers allows the higher level interact with the lower layers to provide sessions continuity with the specific each of technology. Its goal is to enable the handover in heterogeneous technology, which means to different access technology. So service continue during the after handover, and its functionality is reduce the power consumptions, avoiding the unnecessary scanning and using informations. Also, it reduces the delay by passing security and quality service the next point of for information to the next point of service, and allow the service provider to enforce to their policy and roaming agreement. But in this service, they have not effective for algorithm for each of this area. So okay, so he says, so they have introduced 3 independent service, but each of these service for here, listen, is a radio access technology. If it is go for vertical handover for Wi-Fi to WiMAX, WiMAX to LTE, so it's need all the information to service from there. So it is getting time. Also is getting. But one of the good thing is immediate handover, it gives a triggers. So let's say link down, link going up, link establishments. So these are the triggers is need which is can be integrated with the upper layers and the lower layers. The next one showing my motivations. What is actually the motivation? The motivation is I am working on this one the vertical handovers for live video streaming to evaluate the handover of mobility management protocol. So I'm going to use Proxy Mobile IPv6 handover with our own proposed algorithms to overcome the handover performance risks. And still, it's not the video on transmissions while on the move and network condition. That is the main motivations for us and project. The next slide is the scope. The first target is to speed up the handover process. So let's say if it is host is like moving like 20 kilometer per hour or maybe 30 kilometers. So I need to speed up the handover process based on the host user's speed. So and reduce the handover latency.
That's for any speed. Any speed.
Yes, as well. Let's say is it in train stations or maybe in a car. So if it is on the move, so also you need to speed up the process for to do the things for. And the results will analyze for and evaluate the performance metrics based on the fixed signal noise ratio, which is from the original video to the receiver video. And also we will evaluate cumulative and frame latency. So next, let me show you some of the literature reviews. One of the reviews here, the context and mobility management systems. They propose a delay analysis for vertical handover, but also they reduce the handover preparation delay and sync of mobile host, which is from changing one access point to the new network. But one of the drawbacks is one is scanning delay. It's taking long time to scan delay. Is scanning from the whole access point. Couldn't identify which one is the suitable for that. Also, LMA bottleneck means here is getting a lots of requesting and binding request scheduling for the traffic functions. The literature I have done here. That is mobility adaptive pointer forwarding technique used in this is they propose for positive dual pointer forwarding to decrease the binding update cost. Also to reduce the signaling overhead and packet delays for using the adaptive pointing forwarding scheme method. But their drawbacks actually for here an LMA bottleneck and binding request scheduling. This is another literature you have go through. This one is for they use time efficient handover, so they're measuring on the time to improve optimization of PMS protocol. To their purpose to reduce the delay of a packet loss, solve the packet out of sequence and packet reordering, and redundant packets using the route optimizations. But one of the drawbacks is if the mobile access get a load, then he can get a lot of redundant packets. If you cannot be prevented for the redundant packets. Another one is binding request scheduling. And this is another one, so it's published on 2012, is context aware mobility systems. So they presented context aware architectures using based on IEEE medium independent handover. The main proposed is enhance the context aware systems to lessen the handover latency particularly in favor of Proxy Mobile IPv6. But their limitations actually bottleneck and request scheduling as well. This is the architecture for the context aware because later on our main proposed algorithm is context aware Proxy Mobile IPv6 MIH. Right? But in this paper, they use it to context aware to use another node for here to do handling for more movement detections and everything, which is that if it is getting loaded here, so it cannot detect the redundant packets, which are the redundant packets in here. So if it is cannot detect, so it will take time for here. So we in our proposed algorithm, so we prevent the redundant packets and take the original one and go for the particular handle. Okay. Another literature reviews proposed is called low latency. They propose for proactive low latency, which is make before break. So it will make it first, then will break it. So it means it establish the handover first, then it will break. For this technique, to reduce data traffic functions, latency, avoid the data traffic loss, and during the mobile host handler and preserving the system throughput, and to decrease the mobility related signaling cost and saving the traffic transmissions. One of the good points is here is saving the traffic transmissions cost here. Yeah. But one of the limitation is for load, binding requests, schedulings, and LMA bottleneck. All of the limitations come for this purpose is the same. So my problem statements I'll on here scanning delay, reduce the scanning delay to solve the bottleneck of LMA, mobile access gateway load, and binding request scheduling. So if this ones it can solve, then it will speed up the handover process. But if first scanning delay, it will scanning as soon as possible how fast they scan and get the appropriate access point, access technology. Bottleneck, it will maintain the binding test and free to keep its binding information to update. So it will get the appropriate informations and it update, not unnecessary. And mobile access gateway will load for can be overload upon redundant packets. Redundant packets is means when it is transferred from one network to another network, it still gets host got the previous informations. So it's first he try to connect. If it's not, then it's try to establish that one. So that is the redundant packets. So we'll overcome. And another one, binding request scheduling. So it's which is receive numerous requests in mobile access gateway to register the update BEC informations. So that requests are some not specified to search the registration and binding requests depending on the some priorities, which are that request doesn't have the traffic type and numerous of the buffer packets. Okay, I'll show you that explanations in this diagram for IPv6. Let's say first corresponding nodes sending the data packets here. So let's say these are the host nodes. They are transferring. They are watching some video packets. So one of these mobile hosts wants to identify which one will be the scan. So it's getting the scanning delay. So which one will be established? So once it's get the appropriate one, then it's sent move from one access point to the base station. So this access point to the base stations, which is vertical handover. But when it's come to the base stations, then it's get the redundant packets. What? This host still now is got the previous one informations. It's having update here in here. So first it will try to connect to this for using this information. If it's not, then it will try to use this one. So that packet is the redundant. Sorry. The host, these ones got connected, right? So if this one, this access point connected, but when he's moving here, he still now thinks that he got the access point. Let's say the Wi-Fi. But when he's trying to establish here, he also sent a packet for this access for these informations, which is redundant, no need. It doesn't know that is moving to the base station. So that packet when is received, this one is redundant. It cannot be eliminated. So in my proposed algorithms, it will be eliminated before that. before the vertical handover. So once you got this packet trying to update that one, then you send the request to the LMA to binding the hash entry here. But using this hash entry, still got these informations. So that will be the role with the bottleneck in here. Still got this information. So it keeps sending the request, which is not in this one. It will be this one. Then binding request scheduling. So then it will take that binding request to update the information, which is take a longer until this process having done, so you cannot get that data, video data packets. Once the establishment is done, then the corresponding LMA will send forward the packets to here. And during this process, it will take longer. So therefore, my objectives it will be first analyze, design efficient algorithms for scanning, detecting, or for handover quality of performance of Proxy Mobile protocol. So our proposed protocol will use seamless context and handover and quality of service approaches are based on for a video transmission. We simulate a proposed protocol for vertical handover based on seamless context and handover approach for video transfer using natural simulation software, and evaluate the simulation performance metrics based on the existing mobility protocols in terms of frame and packet delay, which are frame delay, handover latency, cumulative jitters, throughput, and fixed signal noise. This is the quality of service for video. The next slide is to the objectives of the context aware service. So what is actually the context here? The context is a system to produce a context which is informations. What kind of information? It will become access network parameters, characteristics of each point of adjustments, link time, coverage, packet delay, packet loss, number of users, and the value. Link quality parameters, signal to noise ratios, receive signal strength, then bit error rate, mobility context, speed, handover rate, availability. So using this context to find the optimizations to perform the handover. Okay. Actually, this is the context aware service to overall from on. So we use local mobility anchor here. This network layer will be by cache entry and encapsulation user and information of mobile access gateway and MIH medium inherent context, which is trigger and the access point or base station informations will be here. Then it will send to this LMA to update the information based on the context. From the context will be here, and it will identify what is it. This one, IEEE for 801, 16 or UMTS or maybe T. And mobile host will use the applications for RTP, real-time applications. The next slide will show the flow of algorithmic service. So these are the triggers for media independent handovers, which is link going down, links up, scan all the process and discover the new tracks before the disconnect for the previous access point. And if the links detected, then it will come send a message and get the access point informations, use the context, send the context using by the get information request. Then it will check if the link is access link is known or not. If it is unknown, then it will identify the link ID and get the link ID there for that one. So once you get, it will check for intra-network and inter-network, which is speeds. Intra speeds to the same access technology, the same network, and inter links with different access technology with different network. So once it is identified, then gather the context, you do the handover phase. Once the handover phase is done, then it will make the decisions which is done by policy. Based on the policy, it will check the handover is pending or not. If it is still pending, then it will delay in handover. Somehow in some backbone networks, it's still now it's going to delay. So if it is not delayed, then it will directly go for the triggers, which triggers is will do. the next slice, it will have for redundancy packets and the verification. If it is identify the redundant packets, the copy the packets and mark the arrival time, check the link down and performance. If yes, then drop the current buffer packets during the initial handover process. This is a handover process, it will check. So initial time it will check if it is a redundant packet. If it is after it's done, then remove the redundant packets, discover the target words and will send. So I'm sending before, checking the before the handover to the redundant packets. Okay, the next slide it will show you the handover phase, which is context and handover phase. The three phases we can use it: handover initiations, handover preparations, executions. Which initiations actually based on the kind of configuration of old link, the oldest one, radio measurement reports, handover preparations for network discovery, scanning, network scanning, quality of service, context transfer, network resource availability check, handover decisions, and resource reservations. And execution times, layer 2 signaling, high layer signaling, transfer radio path. These are the three phases to before go for the handover. So if first it will initiate the handover, then it will prepare it, then at the last one it will execute. Once it execute, it will go and establish the next order. Okay. Now will become the simulation experiments and the results. So we used the experiments, simulation experiments with multiple handover, vertical handover. From this video note, let's say we connected in universal mobile telephony systems is Go WiMAX, wireless mobile micro access one, that one video note, and then it will go to Wi-Fi. So two vertical handovers in one. I just mentioned here. Okay, and how we did it? This one. Okay, first we use the source video file, then we encode, then packetize that one. We'll get the cycle size, and after that we use the proposed protocol and existing protocol in here in simulation software. Then after gone the transmitted video, then we depacketize, decoded, and destinations video. Right here, this is for the simulation experiments. Okay, the next I'll show the results. Here, this is peak signal noise ratio, which is compared with originals video to the receiver video. So here, these 2 points is handovers. One is here, UMTS to WiMAX and WiMAX to Wi-Fi. This is this handover. Let us show you the video. I have the originals video here. Okay, let us show you here. And these are the peak signal noise issue. I just put the separate one. Here is the handover. You can see the difference in here. So if we sit here, let's say that another protocol initiate the handover before without all informations. But for our proposed protocols, this is the proposed handover in here. Once you get the information, speed up and then do the handover performance.
I have a doubt.
Huh?
I have a doubt.
What doubt?
In image, when we are going for DSNR, usually if the DSNR is less than 48,
Yeah.
the audit is lossy.
Already
Lossy compression. If in case of compression, it's lossy compression.
But in case of in network, if it is less than 20, then it should propose like this, the packet is lost.
Oh, less than 20.
Less
it's
than
lost.
20. So I'll show you the video. Okay. So first, actually, show you the proposed one. It's total 5 minutes video.
You and me.
Wanna see the phone? 5 minutes, total 5 minutes. So now actually the quality service is good, better than other. Will forward? Yeah, forward. That's okay. Okay. The first one, this one is UMTS to WiMAX. You will see the first handover is done, vertical. Okay, this one. Another one. Okay. Done. The second handover. So this is our proposed one. Then I will show you the existing one. We look for this one. Let's start from the handover. Till now, still doing. And in the time, lots of frame packets are lost. So first one, UMHS 1x. This one is WiMAX Wi-Fi. Okay. This is for the handover for WiMAX, and that one is Wi-Fi. The next slide I'll show you, this one is for latency, the frame delay. So you see the delay here. This will be used for the much better for that one. And also the UMS WiMAX and WiMAX Wi-Fi. And the next slide will show you the rates after the handover. You see the rate of the video transmissions is better than standards one. Okay. So my conclusions is actually for my low latency, speed up the handover process, performance, and minimize the scanning time, session time, and never matter discovery delay. So for informations, which is get the details for information from the using the context aware, and quality of service, the better performance or to the other vertical service.
This is all done in NS2, right?
Yeah.
How do you do the simulation for the video?
Okay. The video first. First, the source video we encode it in YUV format. YUV. Then we use the source specifier to get the packets like UDP, frame numbers, ID, and the yeah.
Oh, you actually then you take that data and
Yes.
put into NS2.
Yes.
Then you okay. So this diagram is actually correct.
Yeah. Then after you get the video packet, then use that packet. We use the mobility proposed protocol and the existing mobile protocols. After that, then we got the DC video transfer. We just we depacketize it, we convert in YUV. Then
How the context aware one, the code for the NS2 simulation is available?
No, it's not available.
So you
This one actually yes, I will.
How do you know it's correct?
This one actually context or I checked with others papers because they already given the parameters, everything. So I use their parameters to write down my own algorithms.
Any way to verify that you implemented correctly?
The implemented actually the next part is really that I have to evaluate with the based on the algorithm. Now I'm showing the protocols. So if I evaluate with the based on the algorithms, then I can evaluate. Yes, I can show you that.
Now I'm a bit worried that if you implemented both of it, then it's hard to verify that it's correct. Yeah, that's my only concern here. I don't know what you guys think. Or you put it up open source.
NS2 is open source.
No, I mean the context where you're implementing.
No, context aware implementation is not. Actually, a lot of people are using, but it's not open source.
Okay, is it possible to?
That open source is like this protocol,
Yeah.
MIH, these are the protocols. But that right now the own algorithms for here your own that you have to write up.
Cannot. So if your examiner cannot.
The cross checking cannot. Because he is doing everything, right?
Yeah.
The comparison cannot. Anyhow, the comparison is for his own method now.
It's like I do A, I do B, I compare.
Yeah, actually right now the problem is actually now I'm trying to emailing lots of those that have done the quantified systems to getting their algorithms, actually their code, and evaluate my code. Okay, then I can evaluate. Okay, I can see. Okay, that this is better for my algorithms.
I was thinking if you had released this context aware implementation online somewhere, and other people have used it, and then it's if the others don't question it, then at least there's some justification that to use it.
If you are damn sure of this algorithm, what you can do is you can apply for a copyright and then you can release online.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea actually.
Okay, then we do it.
First you apply copyright and then you release online. Check what the thing said.
The other thing is that okay, the environment is not easy to reproduce physically.
Yeah, physically.
Especially you have 3 spikes that has mentioning of WiMAX.
Yes.
Any way of throwing that out and changing that?
In WiMAX.
Yeah.
Yeah. My next target is to introduce an LT.
Yes.
LT. So I'm just delete the WiMAX, but it's still now the
same.
Says keep it. Now we introduce the LT.
Yes, correct. It's just that I think for your completion you shouldn't mention WiMAX.
WiMAX here.
I think your internal examiner will have a problem with that.
Yes.
He already has it.
Yes. Actually, I already have the LT, which is just one vertical. Now I'm trying to do the multiple one. It's facing some problems, so I'm still trying to solve the problem. I'm introduce the LT for you guys.
The other thing is that when you explain this context aware, this paper, and you explain the issues in that diagram, it's very nice because it goes step by step. But then when you introduce your method, it's on a different layer.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, it's more detailed. That one is less detailed. So when someone watches this or listen to you, it looks as though your method is more complex, a lot more procedures.
Actually, that's the case. Because algorithm actually that one is not enough for him. He have to write it down all.
Yeah,
because I draw as a block.
So if you have one which is a bit of a block,
yes,
that you can sit side by side.
Or the side by side to existing one and
see what's your. So it's easy for people to see what's your contribution, what's your improvement to it.
Okay.
And then after that, you can immediately put your video side by side as well.
Actually, that appointment is because the video is not up. The people already have done a lot of videos, but they actually is not giving it a real video.
Yours is a real video.
This is my real video.
Yeah. So yes, it is. Kung Fu Panda 3, yes, it will.
This is the how I did it.
But you can when you play it back, you just cut those 2 minutes and you just put it side by side so that immediately people can see the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's not difficult to implement it into PowerPoint.
No,
not side by side. So you start both together.
So if I may say this, if I click a button, then click that video will start.
Both will start.
Both will start, and then it will show the response.
That video is very good because it's very convincing. The only thing is that both of them is implemented by you. So so you can just simply add delay 100 milliseconds.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah. But it's nice. It's nice, especially it's a recent video.
Yes.
And it makes it very convincing.
Yeah.
Like
you
hope that your
doctor told me, okay, if you show this one, it will be then a copyright. I said, this one is clips, all clips in it from YouTube. I got from the YouTube.
Yeah, but still, you actually went through this whole process.
Yeah.
Can you demo that video on the December? December.
Yeah.
I think this one is easy. It's easy. And then people come and see. At least they can. Oh, okay. This is what you're
I think you
doing.
have to reduce the time frame. You just show the
Okay.
last plate out.
Actually, a total 5 minutes video being stored as 4 minute 35 second. But when it's transmit the video, it reaches as a total 5 minutes because the minutes of the video is not being the same even the real test bed also. So there is some difference. So yeah, it is good for if I show the video. I'm thinking that when you will show.
Yeah, you can show it in the poster. The poster doesn't show video. Just
Poster, I'll put the image.
yeah, you put a few images. I think that one is Marzan's expertise on how to do that. His lab is full of those things.
It's from December, right?
December.
Yeah, Monday.
Because I didn't prepare at all.
You're in charge, yeah?
Yes.
Because I'm not here. I'm in Penang. I go and drink tea with someone. So you get that. That's good. Thank you. And sorry, any questions? This is much better than the last time.
Oh,
The last
okay.
time
Actually, now it's almost done complete. I'm just doing the different scenarios experiments, getting the results, writing the papers, that's all. And Dr. Poo mentioned one thing is, okay, now you just evaluate with the algorithms. Use the contact their parameters to evaluate that one. Paper, then we'll go for the.
You just need to be careful and get that this implementation is somewhat accepted outside, and not just your own.
It is more for the colloquial one.
Yeah.
It is more interactive. You can give the MS video, right?
Yeah, I showed that.
Oh, MS video you show.
Yes, Dr. Howe and Dr. Carroll says, okay, it's very nice. Yes. Because they showed up to the simulations, okay, you would not, but you are showing the actual video, the
Yes.
actual simulation one.
So this diagram here, you should actually spend a bit more time to explain what you've done.
This diagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it makes it.
Actually, Dr.
Sure, okay.
If I make it, like that, if I show the algorithms put in here, that will be much better for me.
No,
I thought that
I
I
think
think
more
more,
of
but
the
it will
process
be not
process.
enough space for that.
I think more of the process that you took the video,
Yeah.
you did this video packets which you fed into the NS2's environment that you have done,
Yeah.
and then you take the output and
Okay.
you re-encode it.
Re-encoded this.
What is your encoder and decoder this way? Should it be the other way?
Which one? This one. The encoder actually, this one actually converted YFD format.
Okay.
Okay, YFD. The once I got the G packages, then I decoded the Mahedi.
Because normally when you encode into a video, but this one you actually decode back to video. Cool. Anything else? Okay. Thank you.